Spencer, and you're on BKS1 Radio.
It's your girl Chanel, BKS1 Radio, and I'm here with the beautiful Garcelle Bouzet.
I'm paying you later.
Hey, I'm the queen of comedy, some more, and right now you're rocking with BKS1 Radio.
BKS1 Radio Network. I'm here with the amazing Miss Tasha Smith. How you doing?
I'm doing so good. Thank you for coming out.
Yes, yes.
I really appreciate it.
Hello, Denise Boutte. Hey, what's up? Shout out to BKS1 Radio. See you soon.
Brick City's finest, J.D. Williams. I'm in the Savage Podcast Studio, chilling at BKS1 Radio.
BKS1 Radio. I'm here with the legendary Mr. Dick Gregory. How you doing today, sir?
Fantastic, brother, and thank you.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Jamie Foxx, BKS1 Radio. What's going on with you?
Storming on.
This is George Dr. Funkenstein Clinton for BKS1 Radio. They be doing the dog, y'all.
Yo, this is Chris Spencer, and you're on
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WBKS1.com. You are now in the game. My name is O-Dog the Stat Tag, O-Dog in the house. I am your host. To my right, she is
Coach V.
To my left, he is
Short Fuse, aka the Ghost.
Please slide down just a little bit, and we are your in the game sports talk show host. We are here to talk and debate sports with you. Callers, you can call in. The call-in number you see it at the bottom of the screen is 646-233-1302. And for the slow people, 646-233-1302. All right, we got so much to get to. We have a special guest that we're waiting on. It's Mr. Malik Carey. Malik Carey, CEO. He is the founder and CEO of Family Healing Center in Livingston, New Jersey, which is a full-service therapy clinic serving individuals and families in North Jersey. We're going to talk with him. He's actually... why I found this interesting is because he wrote a book, Ghost, and it's called In My Father's Shoes. And it's called Healing the Father Wound. And we talk sports, and we talk about performances, but this is sort of the psychology of a lot of players, because a lot of players come from single-family homes, mothers only one in the house. And even if you're not, you know, you still may have father issues. You know, I'm not going to lie, I got some issues on my own, but, you know, everybody has issues. So we're going to talk to him about his book, and he'll be in here shortly. But first, you know, we got to go through the usual rigmarole, the routine. Ghost, today's celebrity birthdays. Charlie Wilson, formerly of the
Uncle
Gap
Charlie.
Band. Uncle Charlie is 65. You know the rumor about Uncle Charlie, right? My father used to go to Essence Essence Fest down in New Orleans. And V, you know the rule about Charlie Wilson?
No, what was it?
Don't follow Charlie Wilson.
Why?
Not singing.
No, because he shuts the show down. My father tells me all the time.
I heard that before.
Yeah. They say don't follow Charlie Wilson because you're going to get burned. Tom Selleck, former Magnum PI, is 73. You remember Magnum PI, V?
Yeah.
Ghost, you remember Magnum PI?
Oh, yeah, with Doberman Pinschers.
Yeah, and the red Ferrari. That's Dating Ourselves. That's a show back in the 70s, if the kids don't know.
The black autopilot. The
Yes.
black helicopter.
Remember, we had his birthday. We celebrated his birthday a couple of weeks. Roger Mosley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good call on that, Ghost. And the queen of all entertainment and the top talk show host in the world, she goes by one name.
Wendy Williams.
Come on, stop
Oprah?
playing. Yeah, did she just say Wendy Williams?
Oh, George.
Oprah. I said the top talk show host in the world.
Because Wendy used to say she was the queen of all media.
Stop it.
You ain't listen to her show?
Yeah, but she's not the queen of all media.
Okay.
Oprah Winfrey
No,
is 64 today.
Go ahead, Oprah.
From history, you know, a historical figure, Harriet Tubman was born on this day in 1820, a very historical figure in black culture. And, you know, she created the Underground Railroad to help lead many enslaved people to freedom. In basketball, Marc Gasol is 33. They're talking about trading him, Ghost.
He's still in the league?
Yes, he is.
Plays for Memphis.
He's still balling. Markel Brown of the Brooklyn Nets is 26. In football, you remember the old Buffalo Bills wide receiver Andre Reed?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
He's 54. Went to 4 Super Bowls, never won any of them. Aeneas Williams of the Cardinals is 50. In baseball, Jose Abreu is 31. Alex Avila is 31. And former Dodgers second baseman is Steve Sachs is 58. Now, this day in sports, we got a couple of events that happened this day in sports. Ghost, did you know in 1936, the first players were elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame? Do you know who those players were?
Who?
No.
Ty Cobb,
Oh,
Babe Ruth, Honus Wagner, Christy Mathewson, and Walter Johnson were elected the first
I should
players
have guessed
elected.
Doc Cobb.
You should have guessed
Yeah,
Babe Ruth.
I should have guessed one of those two.
In 1963, Jim Thorpe and Red Grange and George Halas elected to the Football Hall of Fame. In 1964, Coach V, you'll appreciate this as an educator and coach in high school. The most lopsided high school basketball score in history occurred in Louisiana, 211-29.
Damn.
211-29, Ghost. High school basketball.
Why would they?
I don't know. 1979.
You beat me 211-29. I'm fighting somebody. That game will not make it to the end. The final buzzer will not ring.
In 1979, the NFL Pro Bowl at LA Memorial Coliseum, the NFC beat the AFC 13-7. Guess who was the MVP of that game? Former Mrs. Cosby's husband in real life. I'll give you a clue.
Bill?
No.
In real life.
Oh, Ahmad Rashad.
yeah.
Ahmad Rashad.
Well, for ex-wife.
Right, that's what I said. Her former husband, Minnesota Vikings wide receiver. 1980, the Cleveland Cavs beat the LA Lakers 154-153 in a quadruple overtime game. Goes. Now they score 140 on the regulation.
Golden State.
Oh, you know, speaking of Babe Ruth, did you know, and I learned this weekend because I was watching one of my favorite shows, Aerial America, on the Smithsonian Channel. Babe Ruth was born in Pigtown, Baltimore.
Yeah, I did know that.
I didn't.
And when you go to the Camden Yards, you see it. They have them all over the place. In 1989, game-winning RBI official statistic. Game-winning RBI was an official statistic. Goes. It was dropped after 9 years of use. New York Mets Keith Hernandez is the all-time leader with 129 game-winning RBIs.
Yeah, because it served no purpose because you can get the game-winning RBI like third inning.
That's true. I never thought about it that way. 1995, Australian men's tennis. Andre Agassi won his first of 4 Australian titles, beating fellow American Pete Sampras. In 2000, Karl Malone of the Utah Jazz becomes only the third player in NBA history to score 30,000 points, with 35 in a 96-94 loss to Minnesota, behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with 38, 387, and Wilt Chamberlain 31, 419. What do you think?
Who's the better center, Wilt Chamberlain or Kareem?
I'm going to come back to that because I got my final one. In 2005, Australian Open women's tennis. In an All-American final, Serena won her second Australian title, beating Lindsay Davenport 6-2, 6-3, 6-0.
Serena done?
Is Serena done? That's a great question.
Since we threw that out about Tiger Woods when he came back and then struggled a little bit.
Yeah, but Tiger struggled for other issues.
No.
Actually, no.
Tiger struggled because of injuries the last part of his
I don't think Serena's done.
No, me neither.
B?
No, I do not.
I don't think Serena's done by a long shot. Mostly because...
Will she win the majors like she did before? How many majors do you think she's going to win?
I think she'll win 2 majors this year.
This year?
This year. This tennis season. I think I have enough confidence. I think that she would have gone on to... Now, it would have been interesting had she won the semifinal match because she would have... Or was it a quarterfinal? It was
quarterfinal.
It was a quarterfinal?
Yeah.
She would have faced Naomi Osaka in the semis.
Yep.
Which I was looking forward to, and that was last week. You remember Murph?
She blew it.
No, hold on. You remember Murph said Serena's on her way to the quarterfinals?
Yeah, she lost last set. Then was she up like 5-0?
She was up 5-1, but she rolled her ankle.
And she lost.
Yeah, but she twisted her ankle, Ghost.
Okay, but she lost.
But you said she blew it.
Yeah.
She was injured.
You couldn't tough it through one extra set?
Listen, no, I watched the replay on that, and it was very difficult for her. The injury really took it out of her. She couldn't plant. She couldn't slide. She couldn't do anything. She couldn't move across court. The injury just, I mean...
Well, you mean your ankles, and you got to stop one or down when you're
exactly,
playing tennis.
That's what I mean. She was up 5-1, and I thought the same thing. I was like, wait a minute. I watched it when we left here, because when Murph said, shout out to Jamal
That's
Murphy.
why I was shocked when I went home and I saw the news. They said, oh, she lost the next day. I'm like, what?
I text Murph.
She's up 5-0. I'm lost. And I read the article that she twisted her ankle. I was like, oh.
I said to Murph, I said, you jinxed her, man.
But the new girl who's ranked number 1 now.
Who's that?
Oh, man, she's good. I'll get you the name in 1
Naomi
second.
Osaka or a pet?
I thought
she just won.
Didn't mean Naomi Osaka. She just won. She's
she's ranked number 1 in the world now.
Is she?
Mm-hmm.
Good for her. She's getting some big paydays now. She just signed a huge new deal with Adidas. I don't know the specs on it, but I know it's huge. She got $3 million for that win in the Australian Open. I think she got $2 million for the U.S. Open last year. So she's the new rising star in tennis. Ghost, do you know why I'm wearing this hat? And don't come with a smart comment.
Who's that? Oh, you know what? I saw a Z's on the side, so I thought it was sleeping on something. But
You know
yeah,
who-
it's Rutgers.
You know why?
Rubbish.
Coach V, do you know why I'm wearing this hat?
No, why?
Because statistically speaking, Rutgers
Oh, boy.
has the most players on the Super Bowl rosters of the L.A. Rams and the New England Patriots.
Who
Yeah,
won
you
the
got
Rams?
McCourty twins.
How about that?
Who won the Rams?
How about that? How about that? Now, to be fair, they are tied with the University of Georgia.
Take that for data.
But yeah, take that for data. You ain't gonna rook us. No, but they have 4 players, which is the most from any university in the country. Bless you. For all that, I'm trying
Forget
to
Alabama.
think. More than Alabama.
I see. That's what I'm saying. I was like, forget Alabama.
So that's why I'm wearing this Rutgers hat. So
so
you say
trash.
what you want. Hey, they got more play. They got tied for the most players in the Super Bowl. So, folks,
What was their record?
young people, you can make the Super Bowl.
You can make the Super Bowl. You go to Troy. You go to Troy State. You can make Super Bowl. It all depends on what
That's
team
right.
you end up on.
That's right. But you can also make the Super Bowl if you go to Rutgers
But
University.
also know you'll never win at Rutgers because they're trash.
But you can make the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm talking about young people. When you control your destiny, don't go to Rutgers.
You don't control your destiny in the NFL.
No, I'm saying when you control your destiny, you can pick going to college you're gonna go to. Don't go to Rutgers.
It's a great school.
Don't go
RU.
there to play football. You can go there and get an education.
Look at the McCourty twins. They 12 years in? V?
Wow, two players out of 100 years
Yeah.
program, huh?
They in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. A lot of
How many? I don't
lot
hear
of other
4
players.
from Georgia. I mean, I don't hear 4 from Alabama.
lot
I
of
don't
other
hear 4
players
from
with the Super Bowl,
LSU. I'm just saying.
A lot of other players with the Super Bowl.
Just a statistical fact I wanted to point out to you, Ghost. That's
Yeah,
all.
you had one good year out of 100.
Give it up for Rutgers.
Rutgers is trash.
Are you? All right, now
Are you
we're waiting on a
serious?
guest, so I'm just trying to kill a little bit of time, folks. Ghost, anything else going on that you want to talk about before our guests get here? Because I don't want to get into anything real quick. He should be here in about 2 minutes, and I don't want to jump into anything heavy. You know, we got the Anthony Davis requesting a trade. He's been fined $50,000.
Which is garbage.
What, the fine or requesting the
Yeah,
trade?
the fine.
Why is it garbage? Talk to me.
Because the team can out there and publicly shop somebody and not have no issues. So
Now,
what's
I'm
the
going
issue
to
with
play.
a player saying I want to be traded?
I'm going to play the other side. I'm going to go the other way on that. Not that I necessarily agree with that opinion, but I just want to say this. Don't teams have to sort of do it that way?
Why?
Because in order to make trades, they have to let other teams know, right?
I mean, publicly.
Well, whether publicly, I get.
So, I mean, it's no. I don't think it's a difference whether they say it or other people say it.
So what you're saying is you have a problem with the teams.
I have a problem with the player getting fined because he said he wants to be traded.
Why?
Because I don't see the big deal.
Well, it's a tampering.
It's not tampering if the player says I want to be traded. What's tampering?
Well, the tampering issue is we all know that Rich Paul is the agent for Anthony Davis. He's also the head of Clutch Management. Clutch Management has direct ties to LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that, you know, let me look this up. Do you think that LeBron, I'll ask you, V, I'll start with you.
Well, it was, you know.
Do you think that LeBron has his fingerprints on this announcement, desire to be traded, or does he have any influence on this?
I think he has some influence. I can't say that it's direct influence, but I do believe he has some indirect influence. But Anthony Davis got fined because he violated the collective bargaining agreement. Like, you're not supposed to do that, make public those trade demands public like that before within a certain time frame. So, you know, you can be like, yeah, it sucks he got fined, but that's collectively bargained. That's in your contract. So when you violate your contract, you gotta come up with some money on that one.
I mean, $50,000 ain't breaking them.
Well, yeah,
they
true.
find me every day because I come out every day. I'm on that team and say it then.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but
you're a bit of a contrarian, Ghost.
Because it ain't about the money. It's just about the principle. Teams shouldn't say it on the public either. Then
It's Jason McCourty, Devin McCourty, Deron Harmon, and who's the other one? Let's see.
Are we still on this Rutgers and Super Bowl?
Yeah,
thing?
we still on this Rutgers Super Bowl thing. I'm looking for the one that's wait, the fourth one. No, that's the here we go. And the fourth one plays Sebastian Joseph Day, defensive tackle for the Rams.
No. Nice.
Listen, I got to big up RU because you dogged them so much that
I'm just telling you, they've been trash.
You know, it's I got to give them props where we get them. You know what I mean? And we'll get to a lot of Super Bowl coverage in the second half. Just waiting on our guests, killing time. You know, but back to the fine. Hold on. Back to the fine.
Mm-hmm.
Do you you don't agree with it, even if it's in the collective bargaining agreement? All right, here it is. Come on in. How you doing, man? All right, our guest is here. Let's give him a proper introduction. Welcome, sir. How are you? Pleasure to meet you. All right, they call me O-Dog the Stat Tech. This is Coach V. And this is Ghost. All right, yeah, we get it. It's Big Brother. He came in here knocking stuff over. That's all good. All right, folks, like I said before, we have the great Malik Carey here with us. He's the CEO and founder of the Family Healing Center in Livingston, New Jersey, which is a full-service therapy clinic serving individuals and families in northern New Jersey. Malik brings an earnest passion for wellness and commitment in offering the highest quality of professional health care to families in need. Why don't you tell us, instead of me reading, tell me what your mission is. I could read the Bible, but tell me what your mission, the Bible. I can read the bio, but tell me what your mission is. Speaking to the mic for me.
All right, my mission. Hi, guys. How you doing?
Great, man. How are you?
Pleasure to have you, man.
Well, thank you guys for having me.
It's a pleasure to have us. Pleasure to be here.
Basically, our mission is mental health wholeness.
Okay.
Okay. Wholeness and mental health in all communities.
Mm-hmm.
Mental health is something that is really not talked about. It's still a big bad boogeyman,
Mm-hmm.
but believe it or not, it's
just get a little bit closer to the mic for me.
It's the thing that drives us more than anything.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And so when we talk about mental health, it's definitely not talked about in our communities at all.
Right.
And so we promote wellness through counseling, teamwork, coaching, life coaching, all of the above.
Right. It says here you're also a life coach. How does one I'm always curious about that. What does that mean? How does one become a life coach? Like, I mean, I'm not saying you're a perfect person, but it's like, wait a minute. How can this man coach me? I mean, I'm sure you got your things going on in your life, but how do you become a life coach?
Yo, first of all, there's no perfect nobody.
Right.
Right. But my body of work.
Okay.
Okay. The things that I've done in my life, in my career. Right, becoming the CEO of a mental health facility,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the work that I've done personally on my own life,
Mm-hmm.
it reflects. So people want to know how you do that, right? Just like a football coach or a basketball coach or anybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had to win some things, right? So I've had some success in life.
Okay.
And so I'm able to help people navigate their own lives and how some people get stuck at certain points in their lives and
Mm-hmm.
they need somebody to push them along. And so unlike a counselor who's gone to school and they don't know the work, you know, they've studied, right? I've been through some things, so I can take you through some things that maybe I've been through.
So it sounds to me like you, as they say, you let your test be your testimony.
Exactly.
There you go.
Right.
All right, now tell us a little bit about you. Now, folks, we brought him in to talk about the book. The book is called "In My Father's Shoes."
Healing the Father Wounds.
Healing the Father Wounds. Now, we spoke briefly on the phone, and tell your story about your background and what inspired you to write this book.
Okay, basically, In My Father's Shoes, Healing the Father Wounds is a story about myself growing up without a father. One of the things that happened for me was growing up without this father. I had a mother who constantly tell me, "You just like your father. You just like your father."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how's a little brother from the hood understand that, you know, he just like your father and you never met this dude before, right? So
now I'm gonna jump in here because I don't mean to cut you off, but I got to cut you off because I'm going to ask you a couple of questions as you speak. How did that make you feel? What did that make you think? Tell me
that's
how
what
that.
the book is about,
Okay.
right? Yeah.
Okay.
So what it made me feel like is it made me feel like some kid who, you know, who's this guy?
Right.
You know, it made
Who's
me
this guy that I'm like?
Right, right. So there's an insecurity that comes with that.
Okay.
Right.
Right. There's
And
an
then what's the-
identity that comes with that because I'm walking around looking at myself and wondering, do I look like this guy? What-
And like,
you
how are
know,
you saying it? Like, how are you saying it? Are you saying it? I'm like my father in a good way, in a bad way. So it's
See,
like
that's the point. If
Yeah.
I did something good, she would tell me I was like my father.
Okay.
If she told me I did something bad, I was
Okay,
just
so
like my
it wasn't
father.
all just like
So
one.
wasn't-
It was one-sided.
If I
Yeah.
smiled a certain way, I'm just like my father.
Okay.
So it was just basically you just like your father. And so you hearing this stuff all the time. You know, I look like my mother. You know, if I walk down the street today, you know, you're like, but this thing, you know, and then you passing strangers, is this my father? You know, and then the funny part about it is when I was 12 years old, I met my father, and they told me he was a friend of the family's.
Oh, wow. You know, now, I'm reminded of, like, I remember T.O. You remember T.O.?
Yeah.
T.O.'s father, he never met his father. But his father lived right across the street, had another family, and T.O. never knew that. So I wonder how that, you know, like you said, that question about, you know, is this man my father? You know, I could have bumped it. And then you meet your father at 12, but you don't know he's your father. Now, at what point did you find out he was your father?
So I was with my uncle. We were at a supermarket. We ran into him. At 12, you know, I grew up in the 70s. You with somebody, you talking to an adult, you go somewhere else.
Right.
So I kind of just strayed away. I get home, and with my uncle, he calls my mother. They tell me to get on the phone. And when I got on the phone, they said, that man you met today was your father.
Wow. Now, at 12, that was at 12?
That was at 12.
How did that make you feel?
I was like, wow, why didn't somebody tell me?
Right.
You know, so it just kind of left more of a curiosity. Like, you know, why didn't you answer it? And my uncle, I asked him, I said, why you didn't tell me?
Right.
And he said, I didn't know how to. Again, I'm in a supermarket when I look back on it now, and this guy, my uncle's going to say, hey, this
by the way,
that might not be the perfect time to drop it.
No.
Especially you don't know how you're going to react or where it's going to go from there.
I mean, I don't know when would have been the perfect time. Like, how do you do that after 12 years? You know,
you don't.
Now, do you care to share the reason why your father wasn't in your life?
My father had 8 kids by 6 different women.
Okay.
Okay. He didn't know how to be a father.
Okay. Now let me trace this back, because I'm playing amateur psychologist, because I have a degree in psychology.
Good.
So I'm going to ask you: was his father in his life?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
My father was the youngest out of 10 children.
Okay.
My grandfather was born in 1900.
Oh wow.
Okay. He had my father in 1940.
Wow.
So
you know what? I always tell people, because I grew up with my father, but we still have a dynamic. Let me put it to you that way.
Exactly.
And it's not always good. There's a lot of good, but there's some tension sometimes about things, and I'll be honest with that. And I didn't even know it till I met my wife. She said, you know, you got some daddy issues. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I love my pops. My pops is cool. She's like, you got some unresolved daddy issues. So even though your father could be in your life, and she always talks about it, she always says, we'll watch TV and we'll watch something, and you look at a guy and you say, okay, my first question is, where's his father? What kind of father was he to him?
Yep.
You know, and she always say, her phrase is, you boys and your daddy issues.
Yeah. And, you know, and that's what the book is about also. I've had a couple of friends who read the book who have fathers, and they said, man, there's something in it that resonated with me, right? Because we all got these father wounds. Everybody. You know,
now, let me ask you this. Do you have children now?
I have a 29-year-old son.
Wow. How's your relationship with him, if you don't mind me asking?
My son with him is excellent.
Yeah?
Excellent, yeah.
Because I'm a new father. My children are still very young. I have 2 boys.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to not continue that cycle, so that they don't have to read a book like Healing the Father Wounds. Now, they may use it for educational purposes, but not because they're trying to heal some wounds.
Right.
So for me, it's very personal.
Right.
You know, I'm in the middle. I'm in that middle ground. You know, I have a father, and I'm trying to be a father, so I'm trying to figure this whole thing out. You have a 29-year-old man now who's your son.
Yes.
But he's not your child. I mean, he is your child, but he's not a child.
So I made a lot of mistakes, trying not to be like my father.
Okay.
You know, first of all, just raising him. I had my son when I was 19.
Okay.
So I've changed 3 times on him, right?
Okay.
He said that. First of all, I went from being a 19-year-old kid to a 25-year-old man. Then I changed because now I got to give him some discipline. He's this cute kid when he's 2, 3. You know, he's like the pet. You know,
right.
He's a chick magnet. He's all these things.
Right.
Single dad. You know, so then I got to go to, you know, mom. Thank God for mothers saying, look, it's time to grow up and raise this boy.
Right.
But now these kids don't come with any instructions.
Of course not.
Right. So now I got to go through this whole thing of, now he's 4 or 5, putting him in school, doing those type of things, and getting serious with him because I didn't set boundaries early on, and then having to do that, and him looking at me like, wait, we used to play, now you're serious, right?
It was cool, and now wait a minute, why are you flipping the script,
right? And then that happens, and then I take custody of him when he's 12.
Okay,
and so I raised him as a single father, and then going through that journey of like now we together, and then I get saved when he's like 17.
Okay.
So he's like, wait, you don't drink, smoke, cuss, you ain't fussing at me like that. So what I said to him one day was, I've evolved as a father, and so again, we had our journey, at 22, 23, he was pushing back, and I was
around that
pushing
age.
back, right? And so I won, and he texted me around 25, and he said, "Dad, I decided I don't want to be an asshole anymore." I said, "Great job."
That's usually around the age when you come to your senses.
Yeah, it is.
And like around 25, 26, you start sitting there thinking like, wait a minute. My dad was really right.
Exactly.
All this time, because between age 18 and 25, me and my dad bucked heads all the time.
Yeah.
After 25, like 26, I'm like, wow.
Well,
he was just telling me the right stuff, and I was just fighting it just to fight it.
Right.
And that's because the frontal lobe hasn't developed yet. So psychology.
Yeah. Now, I want to ask you this. You talked about being saved. What role did your religion play into making you the father that you are today?
Well, I don't like to use the term religion.
Okay. Well, what term do you like to use?
I like to use the word relationship.
Okay.
Because, I grew up in church.
Okay.
And for a long time, I was
Well, let
doing
me
the
rephrase the question
thing.
then. I'm also a lawyer, so let me rephrase. Counselor. What role did your relationship with God play in making you a better father?
Take prayer. A lot of prayer, a lot of faith, asking for wisdom, how to handle this situation without flying off at the handle, and there would be people who came into my life who were able to guide me. I had a pastor who had raised 2 sons who had really played an integral part in, you ain't got to yell at them all the time. You don't have to be afraid of them or afraid to make mistakes with them, so having those people in my life who could teach me, having roles with mentors and all of that stuff that were, who had raised sons before me. So it was not just me, but it was a village.
Okay. Now I know we talked earlier and you said you're going to the Super Bowl. What are you doing down there in Atlanta? What are you doing down there?
Oh man, I got a lot going on. I'll be speaking at some schools. Actually, on Saturday at Morehouse University, I'll be doing a book signing. Me and Chris Broussard, who's actually on the radio right now on Fox Sports.
That's right. I know Chris.
Yeah,
I actually saw Chris Broussard one time. I was driving down 95 and at one of those rest stops, and I looked over and I said, "Oh." And he kind of looked at me. I didn't want to bother him because he was with his daughters and his wife, I believe. So I just said, "Hey, how you doing, Chris?" He was like, "Hey, how you doing, man?" I was like, "Good. I like your work." And he was like, "Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that."
That's great. So Chris and I are very good friends. He actually endorsed the book.
Did he?
Yes, he wrote the foreword to my book.
Awesome.
So Chris and I created in 2009. We started a movement called the King Movement, which stands for Knowledge, Inspiration, and Nurture through God. And the mission of that is to improve men to live to their God-given potential in every realm of life, to help us become the better husbands, fathers, citizens, leaders, and role models that God created us to be, to present to the nation, community, and world an image of men as God-fearing, family-oriented, moral, loving, intelligent, and productive.
Now let me ask you this. I'm going to ask you a logistic question. How much time we got with you?
Hey, yo, man, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
All right, because we're going to take a quick break.
At 4:30, but I'm good.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I didn't want to keep you longer, but I have so many questions to ask.
Yes.
And you can talk a little sports now, can't you?
Yes, I can talk sports. I'm a Cowboy fan. I don't know if that's
See, you just made it.
Now you're welcome forever, man.
Now wait a minute. You a Cowboy fan? How you hang out with this knucklehead Derek? Derek is a mutual friend. That's my boy now, and I've known, you say you go back to, I spoke to Derek today. He said he goes back to like 5th grade with you.
Yeah, 1975, man. We go way back.
Derek and I go back to, we were 15. We lived on the same block on Kerrigan Boulevard in Newark.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we used to ball together. That's my brother, man.
So we went to high school together. So
Irvington Tech.
Yeah.
Okay. How did we not meet and you was at Irvington Tech?
I don't know.
I don't know how. So you know Drew and all that,
I
right?
know all of them. Mike Baldwin, Snow, that's my right-hand man.
I know all those cats. How did we not meet? We had to have crossed paths.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but hold on. Let's go to a quick break. And we'll come right back with Malik Carey, the author, great father of In My Father's Shoes, Healing the Father Wound. We'll come right back after this quick break, folks.
Oh, okay. So you go to BKS1radio.tv.com. Oh, on YouTube. Okay. Oh, okay. My bags are packed, man. All right, welcome back to I am O-Dog, the Stat Tech. You are in the game. To my right, she is
Coach B.
To my left, he is
Short Fuse, aka the Ghost.
And right in front of us, we got special guest author, CEO, and the father of all fathers, teaching other fathers how to be better fathers and sons how to get over the healing the father wound. The author, In My Father's Shoes, healing the father wound. Now, it's interesting that you show the cover of your book, and we go put up that cover for me.
Yes, sir.
Now we got it. We got it on there.
Okay.
And I got to tell you, that picture right there. I have a 4-year-old son, and one day, out of nowhere, I look over, and he's got on my wingtips, and I'm like, wow. Like, it was such a moment. Mm-hmm. You know, it was cute. It was funny because my son, he's a bit of a character. But it also kind of threw me because I'm like, wow, he is really following in my footsteps. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I have to watch the things that I do, the things that I say, you know, my attitude, how I treat people. I'm in the car and, you know, I yell at somebody and I'll see he'll yell in the back of the car, and I'm like, can't do that. Can't do that because he's picking up everything.
Everything.
He's soaking it up like a sponge, man.
Speaking of that, I was in the car with a buddy of mine. His daughter was in the back. We were driving somewhere, and I'm just talking, and I forget she's back there.
Right.
So I was, and I said, "Oh, sugar honey iced tea." Right. So then we laugh. We're sitting there, and she's in the back, and she's just saying it, like repeating over. And I looked, and I was like, oh my God, no, don't say that. Your mama's gonna kill me. Like, yeah, that's not. Like, I realized, like, yo, you gotta watch what you say around kids, and what you do, because they watch. Even when you think they're not paying attention, they're paying attention.
Yeah, it's fascinating to me. All right, let's jump into a little bit of sports. We were talking Anthony Davis before you got here. You look like you a ball. You play ball in high school, college?
Yes, I did. I played with Derek Martin.
Okay, yeah. I was a guard, and I played.
Where'd you play?
I didn't play in high school, but I played a lot of street ball with that cat. I mean, we used to ride. I tell you, my best summer was when I was 17 years old. I had just gotten my license because my birthday's in February. Derek's is in May. And that summer, me, him, and his cousin, all we did, that was when you could get a half a tank of gas for $5. We used to get $5 from my pops and just go ball. We go to Merrill Park in Woodbridge. We go to Warren Park. We go to Warreninko. We go downtown Newark and just find people we could try to bus up. And that was one of the best summers of my life, man. And I really feel like the fact that we played so much basketball together is really what makes us close to this day.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because you learn how to work together, you learn how to sort things out, teamwork, friendship. You're like, yeah, we bust them up today. And then sometimes you're like, damn, they busted us up, man. What we do wrong?
That's it.
You wasn't hitting shots. And Derek, you try to dunk on everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, so you know that too.
Yeah. No. Derek tried to dunk on everyone. Derek found out he could dunk. He tried to dunk on everybody. All day, every day.
Oh my God! See, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Reese, I'm thinking Reese goes. This Mark, 6'4", right? He used to play center power forward. He wanted to dunk on everybody.
Yeah,
like every time.
Well,
and then
he's not gonna tell you he lost the state championship trying to dunk on somebody, and the ball went all the way back down the court.
Wow!
Against North Tech.
You word is mine. Now you know what's funny about that? I used to tell him all the time. I used to say, yo, D, can't you just take a layup once in a while? Nah, man, nah. And then when he got angry, don't let him get angry.
Try to dunk harder.
Because I'm the guard, right? His cousin was a shooting guard. I'm the point. So I'm bringing up, give me the ball. Oh, give me the ball. I'm like, oh, boy, here we go. And then the same thing. He do that drop step and bang. Well, you know the move.
It cost us a championship.
Oh, man, that hurt.
That hurt. And then his sister got into a fight.
She was just talking about that.
I played in that game.
I can't blame him.
That is funny, man.
Because if I learned how to dunk too, I'm trying to dunk on everybody.
See, I guess because I was 5'6", 5'7" as a guard.
Oh, and if I was short and learned how to I could dunk, man, you forget about it. I'm trying to jump over the roof.
On some people.
Yeah, you look like you could dunk. Yeah. All right, now speaking of dunking. No more, right? Now, see, the problem with Derek is he still thinks he can dunk.
Oh, no, does he?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, okay.
He ripped up his kneecap about a year ago trying to dunk on somebody. I said, bro, don't you realize those days are gone? No, man, I just stepped the wrong way. I said, bro, give it up. You're too old for that, man. It's okay to mature and evolve. Like you said, evolve. All right, what are your thoughts on Anthony Davis? What are your thoughts on him requesting a trade? Good move, bad move?
Good move.
You think so?
Yeah, I was just talking about this with one of my boys. I said, it will be exciting is to go over there to L.A. with LeBron and get Clay. And then we'll keep the Warriors will keep
Durant. What are your thoughts on him going to Boston? Because they're saying Boston has more pieces. They're saying Boston,
Boston got a lot of first-round draft picks, and they got a lot of
Jason
players.
Tatum. What's the other guy?
Brown.
Jason Brown.
But Jaylen Brown.
Sorry.
How much do you mortgage for one player?
That was my next question, Coach V. How much would you give up for Anthony Davis?
Well, see, this is where I really have to do my due diligence on this. Because I have to figure out if I'm Brad Stevens, Danny Ainge, or in this case, if I'm,
I'm making you the GM of the Boston Celtics.
Okay, GM of the Boston. So I have to really see, does he fit in with how we play?
That's true.
And if he's not a fit for how we play, then I'm not really. Why am I really in this? I have to make sure that my why is necessary, because if it's not the thing that's going to drive me, if that why isn't that important to me, then I shouldn't waste my time or his time.
So here's the deal. This is what I think. If you hear a rumor, believe it, right? Mm-hmm. He wants to play with the Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I believe that. And, it's a shame, I think that all of these kids are ring hopping. Nobody wants to build a team anymore. Everybody wants to go play with LeBron, and we still have that.
Because right now you can't win.
Because you can't win.
You can't win without a super team.
Right. And for me, if I was Clay, I would stay with the Warriors.
Absolutely.
I'm like, listen, let's go get 6. Let's go chase Jordan.
Yeah,
right?
but hold on. Here's the thing about that. First of all, didn't we as fans create this problem? Because here's the problem. We created the Charles Barkley syndrome. What's the knock against Charles Barkley?
No rings.
No rings.
So,
but he's still great.
He's great, but
no
what's
rings.
the knock about Patrick Ewing?
No
He's
rings.
great, but
right.
So these guys look at the past and they say, "Look, I don't want to be Charles Barkley. I don't want to be Patrick Ewing.
I want to be Karl Malone.
I don't want to be Karl Malone and John Stockton." They stayed in Utah for 20 years
with no rings.
No rings.
Yeah.
And
we've made them measure greatness by how many
Bingo.
rings you got. But
Bingo.
listen, this is what I say. Yo, Dan Marino, Charles Barkley, greatest that ever do it. You know what? They're going to always be the greatest to ever do it. You know what? Allen Iverson, the greatest to ever do it.
But another one,
right?
no rings, still the knock on
Right.
him.
They ain't
Still
no
a
knock
knock
on, never a knock on Allen
Oh
Iverson.
boy,
We're
you
not
can't say
saying that.
nothing
There
bad
ain't
about.
no- Wait a minute.
No, I'm with you.
There ain't no knock on Allen Iverson.
Turn my sound
Your
on.
sound is up. Ever.
Is it?
But see, this is where you look at what the guy said. You look at the person's body. You look at the person's body of work, and if the body of work can stand up, then it's not about saying yeah. But I mean, we say that because that's how we quantify, winners. Because winners win.
That's right.
Lose. I don't want to say losers, but it's not that you did lose, but the other team just happened to be better. And a lot of people want to ring chase, but you got to understand. If you're going to ring chase, you got to understand, do you fit into where you trying to go chase that ring? Because you say, oh, you want to play with LeBron, but do you understand when you play with LeBron, you will sacrifice your game. And if you are not prepared to take that role and sacrifice your game and defer, then you will not be happy.
You end up like Kyrie.
Exactly.
Well, let me.
Now who's regretting that he left?
Now hold on, we're gonna get to Kyrie.
he's
okay,
regretting
but
big
Coach
time.
V, if you're the GM of the Boston Celtics,
yes,
Anthony Davis is 25 years old.
Yes,
he can shoot from the outside. He can dunk on you. He can take you off the dribble. He can do just about everything on the court.
Yes.
He's a once in a generation type of talent. They don't make these guys. You
got
have Jaylen
Giannis.
Brown. You have Jaylen Brown. You have
Jason Tatum.
And let's say you got to give up 2 first-round draft picks. Is that too much? Would you do that deal?
I would.
Coach V?
If he fits into my plans, then.
But
yes,
can't
I
you
would.
make it fit?
Yeah, you can make it fit.
See, that's what I'm saying. Doesn't greatness work together? If you
This again. This is what again. If you say, can't you make it fit? Yes, you can. If the core, your fundamental principles, your fundamental values align with that person. If they do not, that's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It doesn't, just because a person is great does not always mean that they will fit in, because there is a chemistry, there is a culture, because he's coming in into an already established place. So whereas he is going to have to, subjugate or, subjugate
wait a minute. Hold on.
To a degree.
Why don't you say the other side of that is, can't you say that he's so great, we may need to change to adjust to him?
But
What
game is different from the center they have now? It's not like Boston center plays post, like back to the basket and post up, right?
Well, but Anthony don't play back to the
Yeah, so I'm
post.
saying,
No.
what would they have to change in Boston's offense to fit him in?
Right. I mean, I just look at it like this. I think he's going to the Lakers.
I think so too.
But
I hope so.
If you had to imagine him going to Boston, I don't think it. I think it would be seamless.
I don't see a big difference.
Do you think he would fit with LeBron? Given that LeBron's ball dominant, Ghost, I'll start with you, Ghost, and I'll come back to you, Malik. Do you think he'll fit with the Lakers? Now, keep in mind, they might have to give up Tatum. What is it, Brandon Tatum?
No.
Brandon. What the heck's that?
Ingram.
Brandon Ingram. I'm sorry.
Ingram, Ball,
Kuzma. Now
that's the names I've heard mentioned.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
And the draft picks. And I think they said throwing Lance Stevenson for like a salary balance.
Is that giving up too much for Anthony Davis?
No.
So you're going to have LeBron, Davis, and 3 other guys, me, you, and Malik going out there?
Yeah, I mean, you would probably.
No, they're going to get some other people. Right, get some other things coming in.
Believe me, they're going to make a hard play.
Yeah.
They're going to definitely make a hard play for Clay. And you think about Clay, his dad played there, Michael.
Absolutely.
Right? So
won 2 championships there.
They said that the window was 4 years.
Yeah.
because the window's gonna be as long as LeBron got his thing there. So you put Davis there, then maybe Kawhi is
Kawhi's not going there. I think Kawhi's going to the Clippers.
Hold on, here we go. Caller from the 614. State your name. Where you calling from?
Hello.
Hello. You're in the game. Don't listen. Listen to your phone. Don't listen to the show.
Turn your speakers in the
Turn your
back.
speakers down.
This DeAndre Annie.
DeAndre.
I got to turn the show off.
Yeah, turn your computer speakers down and listen to the phone because it's a delay, so you won't hear it right away.
Right, like Michael Baisden used to say, turn your radio down, turn your radio down.
Hey, this is up. I'm going to turn it down.
All right. What do you got to say tonight? You're in the game on WBKS1 Radio.
Now, I just want to say, like, Anthony Davis will fit very great with LeBron.
You think he's going with? Do you think the Lakers can make the deal?
Yes, LeBron. He will turn Anthony Davis up. Like he will.
All right. Well, we appreciate your call, man. I'm a Laker fan, so I hope it works out, brother. Are you a Laker fan?
Yes, sir.
All right. See, I knew it. I can hear it in his voice. All right, DeAndre. Thank you. Keep it locked on WBKS1. We'll catch you next time. All right. All right. Now, to your point, you said. Kyrie was regretting his decision. There's reports out now that Boston Celtics guard Kyrie raised some eyebrows when he made that call apologizing for his actions. You remember that, Ghost, right?
He realized
and
being
now,
a man was.
What'd you just say, Malik? You said when you hear a rumor, believe it. Turns out that speculation may have been right. Irving's desire to reunite with James is, quote unquote, for real, according to Bleacher Report's Rick Bucher. Caller from the 201. State your name. Where you calling from?
My name is Andre Payne. I'm calling from East Orange, New Jersey.
What's up, Andre? Talk to me, brother. What you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the public figure that you have on your panel tonight.
Okay.
I also went to Tech and graduated in 1989. Played ball all 4 years with some of the people you keep bringing up.
Okay.
Andrew Daniels,
Yes,
Snow,
sir.
which is Mike, a.k.a. Michael Baldwin. We call him Snow because his game was just that cold. I played all 4 years, but I want to stay focused on Malik is doing a very big thing with the elephant in the living room because that's what I went to school with dudes who paid the junkie $50 to come to school for them because they was raising themselves. There was a dude named Charles Milton, had an apartment his freshman year in high school downtown, was clocking, making $1,000 a day, raised himself. Word is born to Allah, raised himself, and had to bring people to school that wasn't his parents in order to get back in school. So I believe that the book, the cover, Malik Carey, his life is well for being a life coach. I watched him from afar. I graduated high school, went 1 year junior college, and went to prison for 17 years. And my father was there every damn day. Excuse my language. He was there every day. But no love, no let's go fishing, no let's go play ball. It was $25 for lunch. So I wanted to, let me break it down a little bit more. I applaud Malik Carey's life work. Another person I look up to, Andrew Daniels and Michael Ball, when they were older than me. I look up to them, and I'm starting to love this show. This is the first time I ever seen this show. I'm a Lakers fan. I think Anthony Davis fit better than Cousins, and I digress. I think he fit with the Lakers program better than Cousins. I think we won't have that little, every now and then, Cuz can get aggressive.
Yes,
I was one of them dudes that landed in prison with that same aggressiveness. I know it's on a different platform, but I believe Anthony Daniels is more mature. He's more disciplined. He understands the rules. He understands that he's a millionaire and a role model at the same time.
Now, Andre,
not taking nothing from AI. That's something he didn't have.
Andre,
he didn't have that part. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but let me ask you a quick question as it relates to fatherhood, since that's the undercurrent of the show. Now, you said your father was in your life, right?
Yes, sir.
What was it about? Why did you make the decisions you made and the mistakes that you made that landed you in prison? Talk to me a little bit about what you did or what the relationship between you and your father was that didn't allow for you to make better decisions? Real quick.
I was trying to impress him. Nothing impressed him. Nothing impressed him. Nothing. He dropped out of school in 4th grade and made good money, tithing in the church, and we went to Whitney Houston's church. He was a trustee. He had all this stuff that the world loved and nothing that I loved. Honestly, I couldn't impress him. I played against University. Daddy came the most. I'm saying Daddy because my son tells me that I'm a B. He's a B if he called me Daddy because I wasn't in his life. I was in prison, so that hurt me all the way to tears. I'm like, damn, I call my father Daddy.
Right.
So what's that saying about me? But anyway, back to what you said. There was a game. I'm gonna sum this up. In University High School, I had like 20 points, 20 rebounds. I was chasing Evan Barnett. God bless the dead, the best player on Tech in my eyes, because he was doing it. So I was doing it. You know what my father said after my best game?
Why didn't you have 21?
You know you could have got another rebound.
Yep. I know it.
Jesus Christ, Daddy.
Andre.
Down the cross to impress you?
Brother.
So that's where it was.
Like that.
I couldn't impress him.
I understand your pain. I understand your pain. I was in law school. I got 3 A's, a B+, and a C. My father said to me, what happened with the C? You know what I said now? I was older then, and I just said, you know what?
I'm going to get you a car.
I just said nobody's perfect. You know, I don't know what to tell you. So I understand your pain. Hey, Andre, keep it locked, man. We're here every Tuesday. If you'd enjoy the show, tell a friend to tell a friend, man. And I do appreciate your candor, and I appreciate you being honest about your experience, man. And feel free to call back anytime, man.
Thanks for having me, sir. Have a blessed day.
Brother. You too, brother. Bless.
That's Andre. Go ahead.
I think a lot of that has to do with perception as well, because my dad, we did a show with my dad. It was called Things My Father Told Me. And so my brother and I, we were talking to my dad about stuff that he would tell us. And my dad, I get off the track, run a race, first place. Oh, why didn't you run fast? And at first I was like, what? But then I came to realize.
So it happens to daughters too.
Oh yeah, I was firstborn.
Well, this book is not just for sons; it's for daughters.
See, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know that. I've never had a daughter. I'm not.
It's like firstborn, whatever. I followed my dad everywhere. He was standing in the mirror shaving. I'd be back there looking too. But it was like my perception changed. I was like, you know what? He just knows I can do better. So I needed to change my perception of I needed to look at the message and not necessarily, how he said it, but what he was actually saying to me. And even with my students, that when they turn in a paper to me, I was like, I look at it. All right, is this the best you can do? No. Well, then go ahead and do it again.
Right.
Because I know they can do better.
Right. But see, for a daughter, that might be that. But see, when it coming from a father,
yes,
to a son,
yes,
it's going to be perceived differently.
Right. Mm-hmm. And that is a great point, because I tell people, I said, look, hold on. Hold on. Mr. 614, you are in the game on WBKS1. State your name. Where you calling from?
How you brothers doing?
I'm doing well, man. There's something you didn't tell me, bro. You never told me you blew the state championship.
Martin.
I know who it is. I know who it is. You didn't tell me you blew the state champion with a blown dunk.
So what?
You never told me you blew the state championship game on a blown dunk, Derek.
And he found out.
20 years.
Oh, wow. And you found out.
It's funny because, I blew the dunk. I found out in the second quarter.
Wow.
And the guy Andre Payne that called in before I did, he was my backup. But he was not developed enough to carry us, but he developed later. But I called in to congratulate my buddy Malik, my brother.
What's going on, Derek?
Brother.
How you doing, brother?
When you call to talk about all my missed dunks.
Hey, Derek, talk to me, because I know you're a father. Talk to me about the challenges you face as a father to a son, but also a father to two beautiful daughters. Talk to me a little bit about that real quick.
First of all, I think I'm a great dad. My kids think I'm a great dad. And I think I have to give most of that credit to Stat Dad.
Oh, you're giving me too much credit. Thank you, though.
He took me in. Him, my uncle, and my two uncles, and I think their the ones who made me the dad I am today. Because my dad was never in my life. Last time I saw my dad, I was 12.
Wow. How'd that make you feel, bro, if you care to share?
I felt kind of empty because, like, I had to teach myself how to shave, how to tie a tie, little things like that, you know, someone with a father would get that information from, and I didn't have none of that.
I feel you, brother. That's part of what's in the book, man. In My Father's Shoes, Healing the Father Wound. The great Malik Carey is here, CEO and founder of Family Healing Center in Livingston, New Jersey, helping all of us be better fathers. Now, one of the things I tell my cousin that I talk to, because he has his issues with his father. Now, his father's been there. They've been married 40 years in his life, every day of his life. They still have issues. Right. I said, one of the things that and this comes from my personal experiences, I'm at the point where I have to help my father be a better father by being a better son. That's right. Because I have to be willing to give more. I have to be willing to be more open, to be more vulnerable. Now, he didn't teach me that. I had to learn that. Right. And now it's up to me to show him that, hey, look, even though you're 75, we can still communicate better. We can make this relationship better. We can work on it together. And sometimes he comes a little reluctantly. It's a little slow. You know, he's 75. You know, you got to work him in there slow. But, you know, I'm getting a couple more I love you from him. And I'm like, wow, that's news to me because, you know.
And so here's the thing that's great with what you just said, right? You learned how to be better.
Yes.
Right? That's what happened. So I found my father when I was 24.
Okay.
And so from 24 to 38, we really, we butt heads a lot.
Right.
That you just like your father started to play out.
Right.
Right. And what I was seeing was my reflection of me in the mirror. And I didn't like the reflection I had looking back. Right. I had a lot of my dad's characteristics, you know, the lack of integrity, right? I had that in my life, you know, multiple women when I was supposed to be with one, had that in my life, you know, so I was reflecting a lot of this stuff. And you know what? You don't like yourself looking back sometime, right? So what I was seeing to him, I didn't like. And then when I found him, and it's a strange thing happened in 2008, one of my boys lost their father. And he said, man, you still got a chance with yours.
Yeah.
And then what I did was I said, man, I got to forgive this man, but I don't know how.
Right.
And then you asked me a question earlier. You said, how did your faith play a part in that? How did your relationship? And, man, I had to really go to prayer. I had to go to God. And I said, God, you're going to have to help me with this. And see, God has a sense of humor when you ask for something. So 4 years later, 2012, market collapses. And he has a house. He's paying rent. And the place, he don't have nowhere to go. And so, you know, he's at my house looking at me like, yo, I want to stay here. I need to live. And my wife is like, yo, and my mother's like, you're not going to send your father to the street.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, dude, he got a lot of brothers and sisters.
Right.
And they're like, no, it's your mission.
Right.
And so from 2012 to 2015, my father comes to live with me. And I get to see a different person because I became a different person.
Yes.
And I started to really heal. That's that part of healing. And in 2000 on May 31st, 2015, we're hiking on a mountain in Hawaii, and my father drops dead of a massive heart attack.
Oh my God, man!
What?
Yeah,
I didn't know that, Malik. I'm sorry, man.
So he drops dead. I'm the one who run to give him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation on that mountain. And when I did that, man, and all the love I had inside of me, it just came out, and I didn't realize that. And so that's really what inspired this book.
Wow. All right, folks. Well, yeah. All right, we're gonna take a quick break on that note, man. That was serious right there. But I appreciate you sharing, man. I appreciate you sharing that experience because that's not tough, and I'm sorry for your loss, man.
Oh no.
And you know what? That teaches me right now. You know, I got to be a better son and help my father be a better father.
That's right.
And tell my father I love him and work with him.
That's right.
And push him to be, you know, he might have to nudge him a little bit, but we're going to make this thing work because like your friend told you, you still have a chance. I still have a chance.
You have a chance.
All right, folks, we're going to take a break. Dirk, thank you for calling in, man. It's about damn time. We only been on the show 8 damn years, and you finally called in. We had to bring one of your former teammates and high school friends to get you to call in. Well, thanks. Goodbye, Derek.
You know, I be working second shift, first shift, third shift, every shift out there. But yeah, I'm gonna stop being a stranger.
Love you, brother.
I appreciate your call.
I appreciate your call, man. All right, that's Derek Martin. Folks, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes. Give us 2 and 2. And we'll come back. We'll start talking Super Bowl. We got Drunk Falcon calling in. He's going to give us the lowdown on what's going on down where Malik is headed to the ATL. So come back. Keep it locked. WBKS1.com in the game.
Love is sacred, love is kind, but love is only a state of mind. It's in your heart and in your soul, where nothing hurts like letting go of all you had, go of all you want, and surrender to a higher cause. And we will jump straight over the field. I know it's right, oh baby, this is how I like to feel.
All right, welcome back to In the Game, WBKS1.com. To my right, she is
Coach V.
To my left, he is
Short Fuse.
And sitting directly in front of me, you see him on the screen, is the author, CEO, and founder, author of the book In My Father's Shoes, Healing the Father Wound, and the CEO and founder of, I don't know it off the top of my head. So
Family Healing Center.
Family Healing Center. Thank you for that, sir.
Where families heal.
Okay, now let me ask you this. I'm going to ask you this one question about business. You are the CEO of this organization, this business. What I always ask people, because I've talked to CEOs and I'm always curious about this. What does it take to be a CEO?
Man, sacrifice.
What are your top, like, if you, let's say, what's the top 3 things or top 5 things, however many you want to give, that make a good CEO in your opinion?
We all talk about leadership. I talk about servanthood. To be a good leader, you must serve.
Servant leadership.
Servant leadership, exactly. And for me, I think that comes number 1 for me.
Okay.
All right. You will walk in my organization. You may see
Hang on,
me,
caller.
You may see me sweeping floors. You know, you may see me putting up something. I'm not the type of guy you got to go get my coffee. And so, you know, that's one part of it. But you got to have tenacity. You got to have staying power. Right. You got to be able to take the lumps. Right. You have to be able to go down with the ship. Right. Because at the top, you know, people think, you know, just a glorious title,
right?
But it comes with a lot of responsibility.
Absolutely.
And some people can't handle that responsibility.
Absolutely.
You know, it comes with a lot of pressure. And comes with a lot of late hours. And all of those things that for me, those are the things that matter to me, right?
I appreciate that, brother.
And so being a CEO is not just some glamorous title I have,
right?
You know, because that's what I am,
right?
But it really, for me, it's more about being a servant leader. And I tell my staff all the time, I work for them.
All right.
Right. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist or psychiatrist. So I can do none of that. So I work for them.
Got you. All right, I appreciate that. Caller from the 614. State your name. Where you calling from? You're in the game.
Hello, Uncle Otis. This is Jaleesa.
What's up, Jaleesa?
Derek's daughter.
I know who you are.
I was on the pick with you.
What's up?
So I heard that you mentioned Derek had 2 beautiful daughters.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Oh, damn. My bad.
And you forgot to mention me.
How you know I didn't forget Maya or Brianna? What makes you think I forgot you? See? You don't know who I was talking about. That was my bad. I'll smack myself in the face. I still love you. That's because you ain't come visit me.
Love you. I know.
How's the baby?
She's doing good, bad.
All right.
She's good.
All right. I love you. Thank you for calling.
Love you too. Bye.
All right. That's my other niece. Oh, boy. I completely.
Where'd it go?
Anyway, let's move on. I'm glad she called. I'm like, hey, where I'm getting all these 614 callers from? All right. Now let's get into the Super Bowl. You know, that's what this whole week is about. Here it is. We are what, 5 days away, 6 days away?
Yeah,
five. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're 5 days and some hours away from the game. Football, the final game of the year. You know what I love about sports, at least, especially football. These, what they call prop bets. These prop bets, they're side bets that have really nothing to do with the game. But I love them. Because they're so random and so ridiculous. I think they're so ridiculous that you can bet on some of this stuff. Obviously, the first thing you can bet on is the coin toss. Ghost, what are you going with?
Tails.
Malik?
Tails.
Coach V?
Heads.
I always go tails, never fails. It's even money, so you got to bet 100 to win 105.
It's not even worth a bet.
It's not even worth it. I mean,
I'm not putting up 100 just get $5.
Yeah, it's not worth it. All right, now here's some interesting ones. Will the length of the national anthem exceed 1 minute and 50 seconds? Do you know who's singing the national anthem?
No, I don't.
Do you know who's singing the national anthem? V?
No, I don't know.
Ghost?
No.
How do you guys not know this? It's Atlanta native, the great, the one, Gladys Knight.
Oh, yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, it's
She
going
was.
over a
Yes,
minute.
yes.
It's going over.
A minute 50 seconds.
Yes.
What do you think, Malik?
Well, isn't she like around 70?
She's good.
I don't know how old
sing.
she is.
She can still sing.
Yeah, she can still sing, but
How
she's
old
going to be a
is
little slow.
Gladys Knight?
I'm going to find out. Yes,
Is
it's
she
going over.
150, Coach V. 1 minute 50 seconds.
No, I don't think so.
Is this a legit bet?
Yes,
Oh,
you can
wow.
make this bet online. Yes, this is a real bet. Every bet I'm giving you is real. I think she's going to go over, but not by much. I'm saying 152, 153. Will the anthem singer Gladys Knight?
She's 74 years old. Yes, she's going over a minute and 50.
Well, we know if it was Aretha Franklin, God rest her soul, she would be out there for 4 minutes. You remember that one?
She's going to be out there for a while.
All right. Will the anthem singer Gladys Knight wear a dress or a skirt or pants or shorts, Coach V?
Indoors, I think she's going to wear. I think she'll wear some kind of a dress or a skirt. Something.
Okay.
I'm going with pants.
Dress.
I'm going with pants as well. I think she's going to wear pants. I don't know why. All right. Now,
she's in Atlanta. She's going to wear a hooker dress.
will the great Gladys Knight omit a word from the national anthem?
What do you mean? Like, going to put her own little spin on? Because everybody puts their own spin on
will
it.
she miss a word?
No, she's not going to miss a word. I think she might.
Malik?
No.
V?
Nah, she won't.
I think she's going to mess something up. They say it's hard. Once you get up there, you forget the lyrics. You remember Carl Lewis?
Carl Lewis ain't a singer, though.
Yeah, but
Gladys Knight is a whole different level than Carl Lewis.
She's a professional.
That's
she
true,
ain't
too.
forgetting those lyrics.
Now, you can also bet on Gladys Knight's microphone. Is it going to be on the stand? Is she going to hold it off the stand? Or will she have a headset? Coach V, what do you think?
I think she's going to hold it in her hand.
Malik?
Microphone stand.
Stand.
You think stand?
Yeah.
I want to say stand, but I think at some point, what happens if she pulls it off? Is that a push?
No, it's not a push because the guy where it starts at.
Okay. All right. I don't know the next one. It says, what song will Maroon 5 open halftime with? I have no idea because I don't know these songs.
I don't know who Maroon 5 is.
You don't know who Maroon 5 is? The lead singer is Adam Levine.
I
He's
know
on The Voice.
I know who they are, but I don't know their
They
song.
did Sugar.
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
This love has...
Yeah,
I know
that was
song.
their first song. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only song I know.
You don't know? Oh, my God. They have
I don't
so
know any
many
other songs.
Me either.
Here's a good one. Will Andre 3000 join Big Boy on stage? I'll start with you, Malik.
No.
No.
B?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. They had some beef, right?
They got. I thought they had like a little bit of tension, but it's not nothing serious. But I just don't think he's going to show up because he's not going to support the Super Bowl.
Okay. All right. Will any performer fall down? What do you think?
Who? No.
No?
No.
V?
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right.
Why would?
Now, this is an actual football bet. Will the Super Bowl points record of 75 be broken? Coach V.
That's the Super Bowl record?
75 points combined.
I say yes.
No.
No?
No.
That's 37 each. One has, so you'd have to go 39 and 37. Something
Historically, if you looked at every Super Bowl that they've played in with the Patriots, they've been very low scoring and they've been tight games.
That's true. All right. Now, what color will the liquid? I'm going to say no as well. Look, what color? Caller from the 908, state your name. You are in the game on WBKS1. Caller?
Yes, this is me. Malik, hello.
Hello.
Who are you? What's your name?
My name is Tara.
Oh.
Malik was, yeah.
What's up, Tara?
What's up?
Tara,
Malik, how could you remember
up? How are
that
you?
game?
That you started a rumble at North Tech. How are you?
How are you?
What's going
You
on,
are
mama?
funny. I can't believe y'all remember that.
I'm never gonna forget that rumble.
Because I ain't like how they cheated my boys, so you know I gotta represent.
That's right. Tara hit the
And you know
dude
me,
with
I
the
don't care
belt.
about beating down no guys. I've been a thug for life.
She was ready. She beat up the refs and everybody. Good
How
Lord.
are you?
I am blessed, sis. How you been?
I'm fine. How's your sister?
She's great.
You sit up here laughing. I'm looking at you on YouTube, and I'm laughing too because I could not believe that you was talking about this. This is just funny.
All right, T. Hey, good looking out. Thank you for calling.
All right, Malik, you take care of yourself, babe.
I will. You be blessed.
All right, you too, honey. Bye-bye.
Now, Tara's like a sister to me, right? And I tell you a funny story real quick. My father goes out of town, right? Derek and I have this party. We had some people on there. Tara, as soon as my father walked in the door, Mister, they had so many people in your house. We like, why you gotta blow up our spot? Because y'all shouldn't have been doing that.
That's Tara.
That's Tara, right?
Hey, listen, like I said, I've been knowing him since 1975.
And she said, my father comes to me, goes, he said, yo, man, how many people you had in my house? I said, I don't know, maybe like 10, 12. I was off by a factor of, let's not talk about it because he might see this show. All right, liquid poured on the winning coach. What color will the liquid poured on the winning coach be? Clear, yellow, red, blue, green, or orange? V.
Orange.
Orange.
Orange?
Orange.
You going orange?
Yeah. Because who drinks clear Gatorade? Nobody does that.
That's not Frost.
I'm thinking red. I'm thinking blue. I'll go orange.
Orange.
All right.
Because everybody just grabs orange because it's just there and it's cheap.
All right. Who will the MVP mention first in his speech?
His mom.
No, hold on. You got to list the choices. The choices are God.
No.
Teammates, coach, owner, fans, the refs, family, or none of the above.
The refs.
Yeah, like, thanks for the ref. Thank you, ref. Appreciate that no call.
It depends on who it is.
Well, Tom Brady, if Tom Brady, he's going to thank his family.
Yeah.
If it's a black guy, he'll say God.
Ghost?
Yeah, it all depends who it is. Like I say, if it's Tom Brady, he's going to thank his family. And if it's
In
like
the
Todd
class.
Gurley, I don't know. I don't know.
They should have had mom up there.
I would think mom would be
Everybody
up there
else.
too, right?
But I'm telling you, it depends on
Are they
who
going to
it
mention the Belichick-McVay age gap on the TV broadcast, Coach V?
is. Ad nauseum, yes, they will.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Ghost?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Will CBS show the Saints-Rams pass interference? Yes or no?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't think so.
I don't think because I don't think they want to have that just brought
That
up.
stain
They
on the
trying
Super Bowl, right.
They're
They're
going to try
trying
to
to
push that
distance
so
themselves.
quick.
You know what? That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the NFL is telling them, look, try not to bring that up.
Okay, they won't, but ESPN will.
Giselle Bundchen, shown on the live broadcast. The over-under is 1.5 times. Will she be shown more than 1.5 times or less?
I think under. She usually doesn't. She
Ghost?
kind of stays towards the background.
I would say 1.
Malik?
If they're winning, they're going to show a lot.
All right. All right, now let's get into some real football. Ghost, this is the final show before the Super Bowl. Next week we'll be talking about the Super Bowl champion. It's the Patriots and the Rams.
Oh, Black Falcon said twice.
Oh, he said twice? Mm-hmm. Drunk Falcon, give us a shout, man. Give us a call right now if you can. I'd love to hear what's going on down in Miami. Atlanta. You know, we talked earlier, but I want the people to hear what's going on down there. Now, Ghost, what are your thoughts as we head into Super Bowl 53? What do the Patriots have to do to win this game?
Score more points.
Yeah, I was about to say. They'll beat
Score one more point.
They
than
got to
other
beat the
team.
Patriots and get lucky.
I know.
They got to beat the Patriots and get lucky.
What do you mean get lucky, Ghost?
They get lucky almost every Super Bowl they won.
Talk to me about that.
That is a true statement. If you noticed with the Patriots,
They don't blow out people in the Super Bowl.
they've either won by 5 or lost by 5. It's been that close.
But you could say luck is the result of hard work and opportunity.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want to say. I'm just calling luck.
Is that
that's what people say?
Is that call that the Seahawks made not to run the ball, was that luck or opportunity?
I think that was a great play by Malcolm Butler.
Okay.
So I don't think that was luck. I think that he was put in a position to make a play, and he made the play.
Okay. But if they run the ball, would it be a different story?
But it may have been.
They were lucky that he made. They were lucky that they called a pass play.
Well, no. The Seahawks were unlucky with the fact that
if somebody's unlucky, the other person's lucky.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that I think that discounts Malcolm Butler's
No,
play.
it's not discounting the play at all.
No, I'm not discounting the play.
He made a great
I'm
play.
saying if you
They were
think
lucky
about,
that he called a pass instead of a run.
If you think about every Super Bowl field goal.
Well, what about the one against the Giants when they were 18-0? They didn't get lucky in that game.
Well,
in fact, the Giants got lucky.
I said every time they won. I didn't talk about when they lost. I said
Right,
every time
but
they won.
again, and even lose or win, there could have been either way.
Yeah.
Right.
They've won or lost. But the thing is, the difference has been 5 to 7 points.
Yeah, they don't blow out teams.
They don't blow out teams in the Super Bowl.
Well, let me give you a little stats. I am the stat tech. Let me give you a few stats. Tom Brady is 20 of 33 on third down in 2018 playoffs. Goes. That's ridiculous. It's 61%. So number one thing they got to do is stop them on third down.
Mm-hmm.
You can't let them complete third downs. You can't let them keep drives going. And the reason why, Coach V, the Patriots' time of possession has gone up from 31 minutes a game to 39 in the postseason. From 31 in the regular season to 39.
Oh yeah.
So they are dominating
time
the
of
game
possession.
with the time of possession, and that also stems from third down conversion.
Mm-hmm.
You convert on third downs, you keep that other team defense on the field, guess what starts happening? Those big boys up front, and Ndamukong Suh, Aaron Donald, start getting a little winded, hands on the hips.
The Patriots are gonna beat they're gonna beat the Rams.
Wait,
they gonna
you didn't
definitely
even let me
do
get to it, bro. We have to teach his brother radio. I didn't ask you that just yet, Malik.
Done,
you
man.
gotta wait for that.
Yay.
Jesus. All right, let's go to the caller. 404. We'll get back to Malik and his Super Bowl pick. You gotta hold off and let the people wonder. All right, 404. Drunk Falcon, what's up, brother?
What's happening, panel? What's going on?
Hey, you know, the same old thing. Welcome to the show. All right, talk to
Appreciate
me.
it.
You down in the hotbed of the football world, of arguably the sports world right now. One of the biggest games, if not the biggest game in American sports history. Let's talk to me. What's going on in Atlanta? How you feeling? How's the city doing?
Look. We just survived Snowmageddon. Okay?
Again?
So, right now, we're surviving down here, brother. You know, we got 1 inch of snow. Not even that.
Wait a minute. You didn't
Man,
even get it.
I was hoping for your sake
down.
the Saints would have went.
They shut the city down because of the threat of snow.
Mm-hmm.
The threat of snow.
Well, you know, they do that up here now because one of my coworkers said that they closed their kids' school because of impending weather.
Like, can you wait till the weather gets here?
Yeah.
We got a caller from 201. Can we bring them in? Hold on, Drunk Falcon. Caller from the 201. State your name. Where you calling from? You in the game?
Hello.
Hey, I'm calling regarding there was a February 10th open mic.
Oh, you got to call back, brother. This is the sports show.
Yeah, can you email us? Email us at BKS1radio@live.com. BKS, the number 1, radio @live.com.
Thank you.
You got it, brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, now back to Drunk Falcon. Talk to me about the city. So Malik almost couldn't get to the city because there was a threat that you were going to get 3 snowflakes in the city of Atlanta.
And they shut the airport down?
Yes. And they shut the city down, bro.
Jesus.
Is that going on right now?
What's really bad is we didn't get anything.
No, they didn't get anything. I talked to a friend of mine from Atlanta. I was like, how much snow you get? She's like nothing. Oh, great.
Kids had snow days, no school.
We woke up, we got a couple of sprinkles, and the rest of the day was sunshine. So it's like, you know. But I know everybody that was downtown or that's here for the Super Bowl is happy.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't got to deal with that.
I'm sure.
So, like I say, like me and the Stat Tat talked about, all the young ladies who are flying in from Miami, Tampa, Texas, California to make that rent money for the next 6 months, they gonna make it.
I don't know.
The strip clubs are about to be off the chain.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't have any conversation about any women flying in. I don't know what you're talking about.
For the Super Bowl,
That's some friend.
I know they are.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, it's going.
Pump your brakes,
Come
player.
on, man. Let's be honest. We know what they gonna.
And
be
the party's
down here
going. The party's going to be
Magic City
crazy.
Gonna have a line that got boy. This not even gonna make sense.
Listen, you got a man of faith here. We can't be talking about strip clubs in Magic City, bro. This man is on a ministry. He's trying to save lives and help people become better men.
I don't know how long you done had that faith, but you know, you can pass that plate. Could go past you at least one time.
Let me ask you
one time. You let the plate go past.
Let me ask you a question, Drunk Falcon. Do you notice like more people in Atlanta and the surrounding area? Have you noticed the difference? Have people started to arrive yet? Or does that happen later on in the week?
It's pretty much not going to really happen till probably Thursday. There's a good amount down here, but it won't really get to jumping with the volume of people arriving probably until Thursday. So after probably come Thursday night is when everything's going to go hectic.
Now, I go to Atlanta quite a bit. You know that. But how do you think the city's logistically going to be able to handle that? Atlanta's already a densely populated city. Do you think it's going to make it worse? Do you think it's going to be okay? Because when the Super Bowl came to New York, I'm going to tell you, we hardly noticed people were even here, in the tri-state area. I didn't even notice people were in New York, and I go to New York every day. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, you're going to notice.
Because it was in Jersey.
You're going to notice because the traffic and everything. The way they are planning it now, the way we're being told is that it's going to be many streets downtown closed off.
Wow.
So it's now for Uber, Lyft drivers, and taxi. Their Christmas is here because they're about to get paid.
Yeah, but see, the problem with that is, the thing about that is
it's going to be shut down.
Right, you're going to have all these people in the street shut down. You can't even get anywhere if you're an Uber driver.
Well, probably you can't park there.
Well, you're not going to be able to park.
But you'll be able to. So Uber's going to make a lot of money because they're going to be shuttling people around.
They got a lot of events at like Centennial Park down here. Is where they're having a lot of concerts. I'm pretty sure you all heard Jermaine Dupri is putting together a lot of concerts and things of that nature. So a lot of that is going on right now.
Well,
so basically, if you're not taking our transit system, you're basically taking an Uber or MARTA because you're not driving downtown. Right.
So
and if you are, you're going to be real pissed off by the end of by the
time you get there, right? This is the Atlanta's time to shine, man. Can this city handle it, in your opinion? Can you handle the bright lights of the Super Bowl descending on Atlanta? Is it a big enough city for it? I mean, I know you got the new stadium, all that, and that's why they built it. Arthur Blank probably was promised the Super Bowl, so he's getting, the other owners are delivering to him. But can this city handle it without a hitch?
Oh, yeah. We're about to show these folks a good time down here, man.
I was hoping the Saints win.
Man, let me tell you.
Whoa.
That would have been great. Y'all would have been so upset in Atlanta.
Hold on now. No, because everybody talking about some bad call. That was a great official game against the Rams and the Aints. Yeah. That was great.
I said if the Saints would have won, they probably would have been the first team to ever get booed coming out of the stadium on the Super Bowl.
They wouldn't, because I tell you on this radio station right now, they wouldn't have made it. I've been down there looking like ISIS, ready to take them out. Before you even thought they were going to win something at my city. Negative, go something. Hate. You got hate in your heart, let it out, and we do for them suckers. Yeah.
All right, let's talk a little football.
That was a great call game.
No, you horrible.
I'm glad the Rams. I'm telling you now, right now, Sheriff, for the Rams to pull it out. There's only so many times we can watch Belichick and Brady stand up there and hold that thing.
Now, let me talk to you about.
They do it.
You're a knowledgeable football fan, and before I let you go, give me what do the Rams have to do since you're riding with the Rams? What do the Rams have to do to beat the Patriots?
Stay ahead and run the ball when they need to. And not have a situation like my team had.
That's what I was about to say. You know about staying ahead and running the ball, right? Because you weren't able to maintain the lead.
I know about it.
And you didn't run the ball.
If we do that, that's two different things.
And you got to play mistake free.
I don't.
Well, I don't know if it's. Well, I'm with you on that. It would be better if they play mistake free, but honestly, you know, we're not going to.
Here's one thing.
But if they could.
Good. Good. Here's one thing that the Rams cannot do, and that's blitz Tom Brady. In the Patriots' 3 Super Bowl losses, they only blitz Tom Brady 18% of the passing downs.
And they might not need to blitz him with that defensive line the way they're playing. So if they can get the pressure with the 4, then you don't need to blitz.
When Brady is blitzed, he's completed 71% of his passes for 5 TDs so far in this postseason. So, number one is just let your front 4 do their job. Sue, Darnold, what's the other guy's name? I know.
Brockers.
Let the
and
front
then they got
4.
Fowler. Well, yeah. Wow, I forgot about Fowler.
Yeah, Fowler's good too. So
Fowler's doing.
Bring it up the middle. Bring it up the middle. Bring pressure up the middle. Get in his face. Make Tom Brady move his feet. Make him uncomfortable. You got to disrupt the timing of that offense. You can't have Julian Edelman running slants. You can't have Gronk running down the seam.
But if they line up them on the outside, the Rams' corners are a lot better than the Chiefs' corners because you got Talib on one side and you got Peters on the other. Now, if they line them in the slot,
who's the weak one, Talib or Peters?
Peters gambles more, so he can be beat on double moves. But the best thing you're going to do is if they use the running backs and get them against the linebackers because the linebackers aren't that great. If you got one weakness on the Rams' defense, it's going to be the linebackers.
Okay. Drunk Falcon, give me your final pick. Give me a score. Give me your final pick of this year's Super Bowl 53, and give me a score.
I'm gonna take the Rams. If you could get Goff the way he played earlier in the year, I'll say 35. 35-28. I give it a touchdown.
35-28 Rams.
Rams.
That's interesting. I don't know if I can ride with you on that one, but we appreciate the call, and we appreciate the input.
You already know it.
All right,
thanks, Brother Malik.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on your book, man.
Thank you. I'll be in Atlanta. I'm touching down at 8:55 tomorrow morning.
Well, hey, bro. Like I say, it's a lot of places down here, and I know you're gonna visit a lot of them. A lot of good eateries, and
my mother lives in
if you ever change
Lithonia.
your mind, it's a lot of good late night spots too.
Hey, man,
my mother lives in Lithonia, so I'll be there.
Oh, the man already know then.
Oh yeah,
he
I know a lot about Atlanta.
He already know.
All right, Doug Falcon.
It's a shoe show that's going to be going.
Oh, there you go. We're going to have to cut you off, man. This man doing God's work, and you out here trying to corrupt him. See, you wrong, man.
What? I'm doing God's work because there's some woman that need their help, that need their rent paid this week. They need help.
Stop
Help
it.
your hands, y'all.
Just stop
Let's go.
Just stop it.
Hey, y'all be easy, man. I'm gone.
Yeah, be easy. All right, folks, we're going to take our last break. 2-minute break. We'll be right back. WBKS1. We'll finish up with Super Bowl coverage and the miscellaneous. Keep it locked.
But I stay in my zone. Look me right in my face. She can see through my soul. I said, don't think about it. I said, don't think about it. She took me out of my place, but I stay in my zone. Look me right in my face. She can see through my soul. I said, don't think about it. I said, don't think about it. She take me out of my place, but I stay in my zone. Look me right in my face. She can see through my soul. I said, don't think about it. I said, don't think about it. She take me out of my place, but I stay in my zone. Look me right in my face. She can see through my soul. I said, don't think about it. I said, don't think about it.
Your reflection in my wine glass. That's when I look away. Can't stand and think about losing your fine ass. How the fuck I let you slip away? Life for the party, but I'm dead inside. Kill my vibes, it was genocide. Hard to act like I've been alive. I'm trying to find where I identify. 1 time for the girl that got away. 2 times for the bub I'm about to spray. 3 times for the power that I pray to. Are you up there? Can you hear me? I know I fucked up. It's clear, see, I'm 22, but is a mirage. I'm just rapping for a cause. The life, the fame, the life's the game. We break the laws, don't like to change. Wanna win you back, but I hate to lose. I know that you're the one, but it's hard to choose. Remember first day you wouldn't give it up. We had only scratched the surface, but I knew that you were worth it. Yeah, so I was patient. I bragged to my niggas, Joe Namath. I'm still with the niggas that I came with, but everything changed once some fame hit. Make it up, take you down, have a shot, I bought a round, play my songs, you like the sound. It's going down, it's going down. Let's drink coffee, watch passerbys, and prove to you I'm not the average guy. It's just my flaws that they magnify, and when it's real, you don't have to try. Another way, tomorrow is another day. Drugs take the pain away. Sometimes I wanna run away. I wish there was another way. Tomorrow is another day. Drugs take the pain away. Sometimes I wanna run away.
All right, welcome back to WBKS1.com. In the game, to my right, she is
Coach V.
To my left, he is
Truth Music.
And we have author and CEO Malik Carey joining us for the show in studio. He's the author of In My Father's Shoes, Healing the Father Wound. Also doing some great work with his King Ministry. Tell us a little bit again about your King Ministry and what your goals are and what you guys are doing. You along with Chris Broussard, established this ministry.
Yeah, so basically, King Movement stands for knowledge, inspiration, and nurture through God.
Okay.
And speaking of Super Bowl, we're going to be at Morehouse University on Saturday, February 2nd. I'll be doing a book signing over there. We have a list of football players that are going to be there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Sean Alexander, and I'll give you the list right now.
Yeah, shoot that list out. Let's go.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing some really great work over in the city. And, just, again, the ministry is for men. It's a men's ministry.
Mm-hmm.
And it's designed to, again, the mission is to help empower men to reach their God-given potential in every realm of life, right? And to help us be the fathers, husbands, leaders, citizens, and role models God created us to be. There's an image of men, especially African-American men, that that we don't know how to have one wife, that we got to be players and all of this other stuff. And so the ministry is to create it to really just dispel that myth, right? That we can be great husbands and we can be great leaders and we can be great fathers. And so Chris and I started the ministry in 2009. I was the national leader, vice president. I've stepped down from my role simply because of the work I'm doing with my own center. But it's a great ministry where we have 18 chapters all over the country.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're not just here locally. We're nationally. It's a national men's ministry, and we're doing a lot of great work.
That's awesome, man.
Definitely.
That's awesome.
We do a lot of, we have chapters. So just think of it as a fraternity, right? And we're just here to do some really great work. So who's going to be at this event on Saturday? We got Troy Vincent.
Okay.
He's the EVP for the league. Arenas Williams, Greg Jennings, Don Carey, Sean Alexander, Isaac Jones. So, we got some star-studded guys there.
That's awesome, man.
And it's going to be panels and panel discussions.
You said that's at Morehouse on February 2nd, Saturday, right?
Saturday.
What time
Morehouse,
is that?
That starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's from 8 to 1. Yes.
All right.
Okay, nice.
That's good stuff, man. All right. Now let's talk a little bit of college basketball, because college basketball is starting to ramp up. After next week, man, we got to get heavy into baseball. We're going to do some college basketball. So we're going to give you a little bit of the college basketball preview. You know, the top 5. You got Tennessee, Duke, Virginia, Gonzaga, Michigan in the AP. And then the coaches poll, Tennessee, Duke, Virginia, Gonzaga, and Michigan. Nothing's changed. The only difference is in the 6th slot. You got Michigan State in the AP 25. And in the coaches poll is University of Kentucky. Ghost, have you watched any college basketball just yet? Are you surprised Tennessee is 18-1 and number 1 in the nation?
No, I'm not. I don't know. I haven't watched any but college basketball. I saw little clips. I didn't know Tennessee was number 1 until like yesterday.
Coach V,
I don't pay attention to the rankings because it don't really matter. Like the top 64 teams make the tournament. So
that's true too.
Who cares?
I often wonder why they have these basketball rankings. Have you watched any college basketball, Malik?
A little bit.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on it so far?
It's like the Patriots, right? You know Duke's gonna be there. You know Michigan State's gonna be there.
Yeah.
You know Gonzaga's gonna be there, right? So you know that it's gonna get down to the next 4 teams. Somebody from the Big East is gonna show up, and it's probably gonna be UConn, right?
Okay.
Or
Villanova.
I mean, I'm sorry, Villanova. You know, so somebody's gonna show up from there.
Speaking of Villanova, where is Villanova? Villanova's at 14. At 16-4, that's a shocker.
Yeah,
talk to me. Have you seen Zion Williamson?
Oh yeah, he's a beast.
What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, he's a beast.
Yeah,
yeah, he's a beast. Oh,
Coach
I've been following him since high school.
Have you?
Yeah,
yeah.
And the only question I had in high school, high school, he was just dominating. He dominated everybody in high school.
Right. See, that's my thing about high school,
and everything was a dunk. And I was like, oh, let me see how he does. If he has a jump shot or whatever.
Right.
No, he's gotten better now than what he was in our high school. I was almost a senior.
Really?
So do you think that they're comparing him to the next LeBron?
We're not going to go there yet. No.
You don't even want to talk about that comparison, Ghost? You don't even want to entertain that thought?
Nope. I don't like to entertain that thought with these players who that young. Like, let them get in the league and then do it there first.
I'm fascinated
and don't put that much pressure because he's a great player. Like, but LeBron's another stratosphere. Because I think LeBron's game is a better all-around game than his.
Yeah,
game.
he's a power game.
Yeah,
I agree.
Coach V, your
but I
thoughts?
don't think he passes like LeBron.
Give me your thoughts on college basketball. Have you watched? I know you and Gregory probably talked a little college basketball. What are your thoughts on the top 5, and your thoughts on Zion Williamson?
Well, we talk about it a lot. I've watched a lot of basketball. I haven't really seen that much of Tennessee. That's why I was like, wait, what? Tennessee? But watched a lot of Duke, seen a lot of Zion Williamson. You know, like, how can I put this? Like, okay, so Duke has come to the show late in terms of like the one and done, but they have made a big impact in terms of getting those, you know, top players.
Mm-hmm.
But like Ghost and I were saying earlier, for as good as Zion is, RJ Barrett, and the rest of the crew are, they have really struggled ever since Trey Jones went down, because it just shows you that with talent, there has to be someone there to guide it, not just from the sidelines, because the coach can only, you know, guide you from the sideline that he can't actually play. But there has to be somebody on the floor that can get everybody into the position where they need to be so they can do what they need to do in order to be a good team. And without Trey Jones there, you know, Duke has slipped a little bit. And that may hurt them in tournament time if, you know, depending on how good or how fast Trey Jones can come back.
He just got back the other night.
Okay,
did he?
Well then,
but and also if he goes down, because that showed they're not really that deep.
No,
like their starting 5 is head and shoulders above.
No, they're not that deep.
Everybody else, but if somebody goes out and they throw that rotation off, they're gonna struggle.
Yeah, they destroyed Notre Dame last night, 83-61.
And if they don't have a good shooting game, because every time they've lost is when they did not shoot very well, and the other team that they were playing did shoot very good.
But now we historically, when Duke gets into the tournament, they just turn it up to another level. And I think that's the one thing that you have to be real prepared for when you're talking about that.
Well, when they did turn it up, they had different people. They had people that, like in earlier years, that had been there for at least a year or two. Like even last year with Grayson Allen.
Grayson Allen,
he was there for 4 years. He's not there anymore. So, and when not saying that they won't, but I think it'll be a lot harder because, again, they're all pretty much freshmen. And for as good as freshmen are, I look at them as like young Colts, or, you know, well, it had to be Colts. And you see them in the field and they just running, and you just look and you admire that ability and you see that potential, and you're like, gosh. But then they still need that jockey that can steady them and get them around.
That's
around
what Coach
the course.
K does.
Right. That's what
more than anything in the world.
Yes, he does. But again, he can only, like, again, the jockey is more direct, but he can only do so much from the side. And who is that person? Where is that steadying force, that rudder on the court? So that's what NC Kentucky has a lot of issues with that. So, and Coach Calipari always says that he's like, we're young, we make so many mistakes. So for as good as Kentucky is every year on paper, it's just that they are that immaturity and that lack of cohesive. Yes, it shows up in crunch time.
Yeah, it does. It does, especially for Kentucky. Their last national championship was when Anthony Davis was there.
Right.
Think about that.
But again, Coach K is not Kentucky.
Yeah, that's true. Duke's always going to be in it. Somehow, even when you don't think they have enough talent, where you're like, they lack this, they lack that, they find a way. Last year, I didn't think that team was particularly good, but they found a way to go deep into the tournament. And I'm sure with this year's talent, with R.J. Barrett and Zion Williamson, I mean, it's going to
go as far as Jones carries them.
They're going to be a tough out either way, with Jones or without, but they're going to be a tough out.
Without Jones, I don't think they're going to win it.
You don't think so?
No.
I'm not saying they're going to win it either way. I'm just saying
with Jones, I think they can win it easily. Without Jones,
easily?
I don't think they can win it.
Wow.
No, I just think there's too many. I don't want to say too many, but there are some really good teams in there. Like Virginia is solid; they are really good, and I was very surprised.
They got a lot of return players too,
right? And I was so surprised.
But then they go out in the first round last year to UMBC or University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
Yeah, but I think.
By the way, speaking of Virginia, hold on.
They've changed. But see, what has impressed me about Virginia, and I was just like, and I had to do a double take on them. Is like I always knew them for their defense, that pack line defense. But then, and that kind of like stodgy type of offense. But where their offense, give it to that coach, he has evolved and changed that offense.
Has he? They got a 66-65 overtime win against 23 ranked North Carolina State.
Well, this is one of their lower scoring games, but they've had higher scoring games, and I'm telling you, the offense is not what it used to be.
But the thing with Virginia is I just don't see Virginia showing up.
No,
and they historically. I mean, we talking about Ralph Sampson. When
they always find a way to lose the big game.
Right. I just don't see him showing up.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting them to make a deep run last year, and then UMBC took him out in the first round. That was the first time a one ever lost to a 16.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what the hangover is on that, if any. I guess it depends on how many players have returned, but I mean, I don't know if that's going to motivate them. But tonight, when I look at the scores and I see 66-65 in overtime, I'm like,
who they play?
University of NC State. I'm sorry.
I mean, NC State
23 ranked.
NC State is not that bad, but I am really looking at Michigan because I really think that Michigan is doing some really good things this year, and
is John Beilein still a coach up there?
Yeah,
because he does not get enough credit.
No, and
that team is good. Been good for the last 3-4 years. And made deep runs in the tournament, and he just kind of slides in the radar
last year.
Huh?
Yeah,
That's right. That's right. I completely forgot about that.
They haven't like really slipped since last year. They're still carrying it on, and they're playing really well.
19-1. All right, let's move real quick to a little bit in the NBA. Let's talk about James Harden. James Harden on a historic tear. Just
if he gets 27 points, he'll be the first one since Michael Jordan to score 600 points in a month.
And he'll be the first person.
If he gets 27 points, when? Tonight?
Before the end of the.
Well, they play tonight. They're playing now, right?
They lost the game.
He got 30 tonight.
He got 30 tonight.
Oh, then he's probably going. Yeah, he's going to get the record then.
Then I think he's also he'll be the first person since Wilt Chamberlain to average 44 points or 40 points. So is he the 40, 44?
No, it's 50.
In a month. It was 40 something. Yeah,
right. Average.
He's averaging 42 right, 42.7.
Right.
Yeah, to average over 40 in a month. Goes talk to me about James Harden. Any value to what he's doing other than entertainment value? I mean,
that's what all sports is right now. It's all entertainment until the playoffs.
All right.
It doesn't matter. They're going to lose to Golden State anyway. Who cares?
Well,
who's going to be Golden State? I mean, really, the NBA is not. What's interesting
it's not
about
even
it
fair. I mean, really. I mean, I think you said it earlier, man. Cousins just came in there, and
he's getting his legs under him still.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
I've come to like Boogie Cousins, and I
love him.
like his game. I watched his game a couple of years ago, and I didn't know he was that good.
Oh, he's great.
I mean, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then the thing is, like
like
you
his
said, he's
attitude.
just getting his legs under him. He's played 6 games with averaging 20 some points. 20 minutes a game, and he's averaging 15 and 5.
That's crazy.
He's killing them, right? So it's a wrap.
I'm gonna ask
15 and 5 from their center.
I know.
Who do you stop now?
Nobody. It's an embarrassment of riches for the Golden
Right?
State.
Did you see the game last night? I mean, literally, he was out there with 2 minutes left to go in the game in a blowout.
Yeah.
You know, and they just kept him out there for his late. I mean, it's
And the crazy thing is, he can shoot a 3.
Yes, he can.
He's nasty. He could take you off the dribble. All right, let me ask you this, Malik. Should the New York Knicks continue to lose games and tank so they can get Zion Williamson?
I don't think they got to try.
Right. I was going to say, it's not even about losing games. I mean, you could bring anybody to the Knicks, and the Knicks are going to still just be terrible, right?
Maybe you should bring Carmelo back.
The Knicks are the Knicks. And
No,
you asked me about being a CEO earlier.
Right.
Their front office and everybody up there, from Jim Dolan, I mean, it's a terrible organization.
See?
Right.
What do we always say?
No, that's what you always say.
It's a terrible organization. And it stops at the top, right?
What do we always say?
And let's think about it. They've tried Pat. They've tried this one. They've tried that one. They've tried Phil. And it's still the same old Knicks. It's still the same old Knicks. So
leadership matters.
Leadership matters, and ownership matters.
Ownership
and so if a fish stinks, it stinks out
from
there
the head, right?
So.
And to your point, now I'll throw it to you, Coach V. That goes back to, you want to talk about leadership and success.
My favorite
and
topic.
you look at the New England Patriots, they have stability at the top. They have an owner that doesn't meddle in Bob Kraft. They have a coach that's the leader of that organization. They have a quarterback that has been the leader of that organization and that team on the field. Like you said earlier, you got to have somebody that can go out on the field, on the court, to execute your game plan, because you stand on the side. You can have a game plan, but you need that field general to go out there and execute that game plan. So that speaks to the success of the Patriots. So there you go.
I mean, when you look at any I always say, me, my thing is leadership.
Absolutely.
I preach it. I talk about it all the time. I study it. Whenever any type of organization, I don't care if it's sports, whatever industry, what sector you're in, it comes down to leadership, and it begins at the top, setting that tone, that vision, that, that clear objectives that you have, and, not wavering from it. Not saying that you're setting, that you don't bend, but I always see, as a leader, I feel like you have to be like bamboo. Sometimes you have to bend, but you should never break. You should never break. And I think that's what the Patriots, they exemplify that, like San Antonio. I mean, since we're on a sports thing, even Golden State more recently. Any organization, you just have to have those core fundamental values that you stick to, and then you bring in pieces around it to see, that fit, and, having that adaptability. And, other thing I always talk about, because Bruce Lee is my favorite, I'm just all like, be like water. That is the thing. You got to be like water.
Yeah. I'm going to comment in chat for
you,
Malik. Tara Bradley says she's going to bring her book to Money's party so you can sign it for her.
Oh, great. All right.
All right, now, the moment we all been waiting for. Where's my sound, Ghost?
No.
See, now it's Super Bowl prediction time.
All right, let's
Malik.
go. Let's go.
I'm going to start with you, Coach V. Who you got? Give me your score.
You know me, Patriots.
What's the score going to be?
I have no idea, but I'm just going to Patriots. As long as they got one more point, as long as they have one more point than the Rams, I'm
Nobody has any idea. It's all made up. I'm going to Ghost. Give me the winner and the score.
I'm going with the Rams. 31-20.
Really?
31-20. Okay. Hold on. I'll give mine, and we'll save the best for last from our guest. I'm going to go Patriots for one reason and one reason only. I'm only taking the Patriots because Alabama and the Patriots have never won championships in the same year. Alabama lost this year. That means it's Patriots' year. Year before last, Alabama won. Patriots didn't. It's been a trend for the last 6 years.
I didn't even know that.
And I'm going to Patriots simply for that reason. My score will be 27-24. It'll be a late game field goal to Malik's point, and I'll save the best for last. Talk to me, Malik. Who you got?
I'm going with the Patriots. I hate to do this. I don't ever, but I already know. I mean, Patriots are going to win this game. My wife is cringing right now because she hates the Patriots. And she doesn't even like football. But I'm going with the Patriots 24-17.
All right. Folks, it's been a tremendous night here. Awesome talking to you, Malik. I can't wait to read the book. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming out of your home.
Thank you for having me.
And we appreciate that. We do not take time for granted because, time is not promised. So we appreciate you very much, and you're always welcome here and in the game. And you have any last things you want to say? Promote the book one more time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. My book can be found on Amazon or through my website at www.malikcareyceo.com. Again, that's www.malikcareyceo.com. If you come through my website, I get the royalties. If you go to Amazon, they do. So come to my website.
So go through his website. Forget that Amazon stuff. In My Father's Shoes, Healing the Father Wound. If you're a father or son or even a daughter, as Coach V said, it's a good read, so check it out. Folks, it's been a great night. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Be safe out there. And as we always say, you cannot play the game unless you are in the game. Stay in the game. Good night.
Black Falcon, Drunk Falcon said 35-28 Rams.
35-28 Rams. He just don't like. He just.
Have a good night, all. Well, you're still scoring.
Have a great night, everybody. Thank you for joining us.